In a place called Silent Hill, there was a girlfriend and a boyfriend in their gray SUV. They were driving to a nightclub one evening, but they seemed to have gotten lost. "Jared, are you sure you know where you're going?" his girlfriend Ashlyn asked. "Relax, Ashlyn. I know where we are. Why do you ask?" Jared asked Ashlyn. Just then, their SUV started to make weird noises. Jared pulled over onto the side of the road just to have a look at the SUV. Sure enough, the car engine was busted. "What's wrong with the SUV, Jared?" Ashlyn scoffed in annoyance. "The SUV engine's broken. I can't seem to find out what the problem is," Jared said. Then he and Ashlyn looked up in the fog. There was a young girl standing about 10 feet away from them. She looked around 7 years old, and she was laughing like any other child would. "Who's that girl, and why is she alone?" Ashlyn asked. Jared called out to the little girl, but she didn't reply. She just turned around and ran into the fog. "Hey, wait! Can you help us?" Jared called out. He and Ashlyn ran towards the fog to chase the little girl. As they chased into the fog, they came across a small town. It was a quiet town. There was no one in sight. "Where are we?" Ashlyn asked. "I'm not sure, but hopefully someone here can help us," Jared replied. Then he looked over to see a house that looked abandoned, so he walked up with his girlfriend and knocked on their door. Their house was old, maybe about 30 years old at most, and the town seemed to have been quite vacant for at least 10 to 15 years. A man answered the door. He was in his 70s, and his hair was gray color. He was wearing a hoodie and jeans, and then when he saw Ashlyn and Jared, he was only pretending to be friendly because he was none other than Terrence Lewis, a villain that Jerry and the spies know about, who tried to kill his brother and the spies many years ago. "Hi, sir," Ashlyn said nervously. "Excuse me, sir. My girlfriend and I were heading to a nightclub, and our SUV broke down. Can we use your phone to call for help?" Jared asked. Terrence let the couple inside the house, not saying a word. As Jared and Ashlyn were inside the house, Terrence was right behind them, making sure that his plan was going to be fulfilled. "Where's your phone?" Ashlyn asked. "The phone is in the kitchen, just to your right. You'll see it by the fridge," Terrence answered, as Ashlyn and Jared headed for the kitchen, while Terrence headed down the basement. Once he got down there, he turned to see the monsters down there. He had made a book to summon and create them, so he could perform his rituals. "Yes, they'll be my test subjects to this plan," Terrence smirked evilly as he spoke. While upstairs, Ashlyn and Jared tried to use the phone to call for help, but there was no one on the line. In fact, the phone was not even connected to the phone lines. "I think this phone isn't connected to the phone lines," Jared said. "I'm starting to think that too. Want to ask the man who let us in if he has a cell? Maybe if he does, we can call for help there," Ashlyn suggested. As Jared turned around, he saw Terrence with a shotgun, and with little to no time to act quickly, Terrence hit Jared in the back of the head with the shotgun, knocking him out cold. But why did you do that for?" Ashlyn cried in fear, having Terrence amused by her cries. Ashlyn attempts to escape from the house, not before being gunned down by Terrence. Loud gunshots can be heard from outside the city. Once Terrence gunned down Ashlyn, not killing her that is, but of course the shotgun shells did not even hit her. That was surprising. She fell and passed out due to exhaustion of running. She didn't get far though. He picked her up and dragged her to the basement with Jared, where he started to perform his ritual to turn them into monsters. Meanwhile, in the city of Beverly Hills, there were 3 spies that lived in a penthouse. Sam, Clover, and Alex just arrived at their penthouse from school, relieved that summer vacation had just started, which meant that there was no school for the summer. There was mail that Sam had picked up. She saw were bills, flyers from a subscription places, and there was a brochure. Confused as she was, Sam opened up the brochure. Silent Hill. Where have I heard of that?" Sam thought. She was looking at the brochure as if she's never seen it before. "What are you looking at?" Alex asked Sam. seeing that she was looking at the brochure. "It's a brochure about a place called Silent Hill," Sam answered, having Alex and Clover look at the brochure about the place. "Never heard of Silent Hill. I wonder if they have any places for shopping and spas," Clover wondered. "Not sure. I don't think we've ever heard of this place before," Sam replied. "Maybe Jerry can answer for us. He might be able to help," Alex suggested, as the dishwasher sucked the spies when it opened. Once the girls landed on the couch in Jerry's office in Whoop, Jerry was sitting on his desk, watching a video online. "Hey girls, glad you dropped by," Jerry said. "Hey Jer, we got a random brochure today and it's for a place called Silent Hill," Sam stated, showing the brochure to Jerry. As their boss examined the brochure, he gasped at this. This is why Jerry had called the girls to his office. "This is one of the reasons why I dragged you girls here. Apparently people have gone missing when they got this brochure," Jerry said. "Whenever someone gets a brochure, they get excited as if it was their vacation. But when they go to Silent Hill, they strangely disappear and there's nothing to tell us on what is happening." "Sounds freaky. Like a brochure pics look promising enough to be a decent vacation," Clover scoffed in disbelief. "Promising enough as it is, but there's no clue on who or what is behind all the disappearances of the people who go there," Jerry replied. "This is why I'm asking you ladies to go there. But first, look for clues around Bev Hills." "Why should we start here?" Alex questioned. "If Jerry wants us to look here first, because if we got the brochure to Silent Hill, then there's a great chance that some people got the brochure too. So let's start by asking some people around here," Sam answered. "Right you are, Sam. Brittany has started asking questions to all the Whoop Ancients, so your best bet is to ask whoever you know in Bev Hills. The greater the chance the brochure people have gotten, the more answers you'll receive," Jerry said. "Oh, okay. Now that makes sense," Sam replied. Then Gladys gave the girls their gadgets. They were Absorb Anything Tooth, Ice Queen Perfume, Bubblegum Protection Bubblegum, Multi-Tool Fire Axe, and a Fiery Crowbar. "Where did you get these new gadgets, such as the Multi-Tool Fire Axe and a Fiery Crowbar?" Alex asked Jerry. "Well, it's something that will prove useful on your mission. But to answer where I got them, don't ask. I have no idea on how they got there," Jerry replied. "Thanks, Jer. Let's go," Sam said. As she, Clover, and Alex headed out of the office, back at their penthouse, the girls got their map out of Beverly Hills. They had to find out who got the brochure to Silent Hill. "What's with the map?" Alex asked, completely dumbfounded. "This map shows us Beverly Hills, so we gotta ask the people who we know on who got the brochure to Silent Hill. If someone happens to go there and has gone missing, we'll be able to find the clues on the missing people," Sam replied. "But where should we start?" Clover asked. "We should start with someone who is always mean to us," Sam answered. "I know we don't like her, but she might have gotten that Silent Hill brochure." "It's worth a shot," Clover stated. "Then we should try out her friends' houses as well, because if Mandy got the brochure, then her friends might have got one as well." "That's a good possibility, Clover. And as soon as we'll head over to the Groove and ask some people about it as well," Sam added. "As soon as we've asked enough people, we may be able to find some clues regarding the disappearances of people. And when we head over to Silent Hill, we'll start our mission then," Alex said. "When should we start?" Clover asked, seeing that it was getting dark outside. "We'll start tomorrow, as we don't want to be out all night. There's crazy people outside, and you never know what they may do," Sam replied. As the sun was setting, Mandy was watching Family Guy in her bedroom, bored as hell. Then she heard a knock at her front door, grabbing her attention. I wonder who could that be?" Mandy asked. She got up and headed downstairs, towards her front door. Upon opening the front door, Mandy was greeted by her friends, Caitlin and Dominique. They all had brochures to Silent Hill and brought their sleepover gear to Mandy's house. At first, Mandy was confused by this, so she played along. "Hey, Mandy, mind if we both stay over at your house tonight?" Caitlin asked. Sure, but why are you and Dominic here?" Mandy replied. "Well, we got this brochure to a place called Silent Hill," Caitlin explained. It doesn't say much of what's there, though. I believe it's like a resort or something. Sounds interesting, Mandy replied, unsure if this Silent Hill place was safe or not. But should we go there? It looks dead on the front cover, as if it was a ghost town. Relax, Mandy. I'm sure someone photoshopped it to scare us. Dominique scoffed in disbelief. Well, are you thinking of us going there tomorrow? Mandy questioned her friends. Yeah, but don't worry about the front cover, what it says, Mandy. We'll be fine, Caitlin said. And besides, we'll get away from your, noisy neighbors. Well, if it means time away from those losers, I'm in on this one. Mandy cheered in delight, knowing that she won't have to see Sam, Clover, or Alex for a while. If it means getting on a getaway vacation. Sounds great. We'll be heading out of there at 10 a.m. That should give us at least enough time to get there, Dominique said. It's a long drive there. I bet it'll be hours before we get there. Sounds like a plan, Mandy replied, liking her friend's ideas. The next morning, Mandy and her friends left Beverly Hills and started to make their way to Silent Hill. After they got in their cars and headed off, Sam, Clover, and Alex began to make their first part of the mission. So, now that it's daylight out, we'll ask whoever we know if they got the Silent Hill brochure. It is a start, as we will soon ask enough people. We'll all head out to this place for further investigation, Sam said. But where to start? Alex asked. There's like thousands of people that live here in Bev Hills, but who can we ask first? Well, why don't we start off with Mandy? Yes, I know that she and her friends are not nice and they're a bunch of meanies, but we can at least start off with that house. Then we'll ask random people, Clover suggested. Well, Clover, if you say so, Sam said. Then she, along with Alex and Clover, headed for Mandy's house, which was next door to the spy's penthouse. When they knocked on the door, Mandy's mother answered. Hello. How may I help you? Mandy's mother asked. She was grouchy from her daughter and her friends, keeping her up most of the night. Hello, Phoebe. Mind if we ask you some questions? They're not personal or anything. We're just on a mission because there's some disappearances that have been going on in Bev Hills of Silent Hill, Sam answered. Did Mandy or any of her friends get the Silent Hill brochure or to it? Because we got it, and we're not really sure if Mandy's gotten it yet. Well, my daughter was getting the mail yesterday, so she must have gotten it throw it out, but I don't know. But I do know that her friends have gotten brochures to that place or something like that, Phoebe stated. Mind if we look around? Mandy might have thrown the brochure away, possibly, Sam asked. And why are you grouching this morning? I'm just tired. Mandy and her friends kept me up till like 2 this morning, and they were having a sleepover, and they were really loud last night, Phoebe replied, feeling grouchy and tired. And you may search the house. I won't tell Mandy about you two walking in. With that being said, the spies headed upstairs to Mandy's room, which was a bit messy upon entering it. They found a brochure to Silent Hill in Mandy's trash can, which Clover had found and pulled out the brochure. I found the brochure and it looks just wrinkled a bit, Clover said, showing her friends the brochure. It looks like the one we have, or so someone or something is sending these brochures to random people, Clover stated. So we'll ask more people and show them this brochure, and if they have received the brochure, then we'll have to add them up to the conclusion as to what happened. I have a feeling that this cannot be good about this place. On the front of the brochure, it looks like a ghost town, but there's not much saying anything about the place. That's weird, Clover replied, looking at the brochure. We'll have to track Mandy and her friends down as soon as we ask more people, Sam said. Then she, along with Clover and Alex, told Mandy's mother about their findings in Mandy's room. After they explained all that, they headed outside and headed for the Groove. Once they got to the Groove, they asked a couple people around if they have got the Silent Hill brochure, and to their surprise, there were about 20 people that got the brochure and went there, but never came back to Beverly Hills. In conclusion to what the spies know so far is that people who go to Silent Hill are mysteriously disappearing, and who knows who or what is behind that. which Sam, Clover, and Alex have to ask themselves on who is behind the disappearance of people.